Hey Kentucky, medical cannabis will be legal in 2025 in your state, and local entrepreneurs and businesses are gearing up for a license application window opening up July 1st of 2024. Kentucky's application process has a lot of moving parts. In this video, we'll be breaking everything down about applying for a medical cannabis license in the state of Kentucky. Hi, I'm Dr. Lucas McCann. I'm the CSO and co-founder of CannDelta. We're America's #1 cannabis licensing firm. And this is everything you need to know about getting a medical cannabis license in the state of Kentucky. We post relevant and useful content about cannabis licensing, operation, news, and important industry updates. If you're interested in learning more about cannabis in your state, be sure to subscribe and check out our website for more information. The Cabinet of Health for Family Services will begin accepting medical cannabis license applications as early as July 1st, 2024, which means it's time to start preparing. This sudden change in plans was sparked by the passing of House Bill 829, which made amendments to the medical cannabis law and speeding up the licensing process. Long story short, the government of Kentucky realized that they'll need to start issuing licenses right away to have the medical cannabis market up and running by January 1st of 2025. So the gears are now in motion, and folks that are planning to open a medical cannabis business need to begin looking into process and preparing their applications. But before you do that, be sure to keep an eye out for any announcements from your local government about their stance on medical cannabis. Both counties and cities can create local restrictions, which will determine whether cannabis businesses can open in your area. Even though the application window opens in July, local governments have until December 31st of 2024 to decide whether they'll be allowing businesses that are new cannabis businesses to open in their area. As of now, local governments in the state of Kentucky have 4 options when it comes to allowing medical cannabis operations next January. They can choose to do nothing, which automatically means cannabis businesses can open and operate there. They can choose to pass an ordinance which would stop any cannabis businesses from opening and operating there. They could also put it to local public vote and decide their position on medical cannabis businesses. Or lastly, they can collect fees or place other restrictions on medical cannabis businesses in their area. Once everything is underway, eligible Kentucky residents will be able to apply for 4 different license types. Keep in mind that each license has varying application fees, annual renewal processes, and different proofs of sufficient capital will be required. You can find all these details on our website linked below. With that out of the way, here's what you need to know about each license. The cultivator license allows businesses to grow cannabis plants indoors. The permitted activities with this license spans from planting and raising cannabis plants to harvesting, trimming, and curing raw plant material. This is the only license distributed by tier, which will determine how big of an operation you can have and the required application expense. The Tier 1 initial application fee is $3,000, while the Tier 4 application fee is $30,000. Only 10 Tier 1 and 4 Tier 2 and 2 Tier 3 cultivator licenses will be awarded in the application's first round. The Tier 4 is expected to be available in future application periods. Again, you can find all the details about the cultivator license on our website linked below. The processor license has an initial application fee of $5,000. This license authorizes cannabis product manufacturing and packaging for sale at a medical dispensary. Processors can produce cannabis products like edibles, tablets, and more. Only 10 processor licenses will be awarded in this round. As you probably expected, the dispensary license will allow businesses to open and operate dispensaries to sell cannabis products to a medical marijuana card holder. And the initial application fee is $5,000. During this application period, there will be 48 dispensary licenses awarded. The safety compliance facility is commonly referred to as a testing lab in other states, and it allows a business to do tests measuring contamination and purity. The license will ensure that the products available on the market meet the necessary quality standards, and the initial application fee for this license is $3,000. There's currently no limit on the number of compliance facility licenses that will be distributed. As of now, the Cabinet has decided not to accept any producer applications in the first round. The producer license is a combination of the cultivation and processor license. The initial application fee will be $5,000, and the applicable cultivator license fee, which will be determined by the cultivation license tier you're applying for. Producer businesses can grow cannabis plants and produce new plant material the same way as a cultivator can, while also being authorized to manufacture and package cannabis products. This license will be great for businesses that want to manufacture a product that's entirely their own from start to finish and will allow for almost complete vertical integration. If you're interested in getting any of these licenses, you'll need to submit a complete application which will require a number of different components. Here are the main things you'll need to prepare for your application. You'll need to include basic information like the legal name for your business, the business type, and any DBA name, mailing address, federal tax identification number, and the contact details such as an email address and phone number. You'll be required to submit official documents like articles of incorporation, the organizational structure for your business, and financial plans. So make sure to leave yourself enough time to get everything in order. To apply, you'll need to propose a location for your business and provide both the physical address and GPS coordinates, along with evidence that you have care and control of your property, such as a sale agreement, a deed, or a binding lease agreement. It's important to note that there are several zoning restrictions which could be based on your county and city. As a general rule of thumb, your cannabis business location must be not within 1,000 feet of any elementary, secondary school, or daycare center. Be ready to spend some time preparing a site plan outlining your security measures, your employee qualifications, record-keeping procedures, and a variety of other details. You can learn more about this on our website. The Cabinet will also be looking for your timeline that breaks down your plan for establishing and operationalizing your business. You'll need to list each officer or board member or director in your company, including names, dates of birth, resumes. All must be disclosed along with details about any individual holding at least 10% equity interest in the business. Keep in mind that those listed on the application will need to be 21 years of age or older. And they must be willing to do a criminal background check after the license has been awarded. Each business location requires a separate license and a separate application fee. And cannabis dispensary applications are restricted to 1 dispensary per region. Be sure to check our website for any additional information and reach out if you want a license. CannDelta has launched over 300 cannabis businesses in the state and internationally. Our experts are well versed in regulatory requirements and the entire application process, including business plans, SOPs, operationalizing small businesses, creating timelines, organizational structures, and helping with zoning checks and everything else you'll need. CannDelta also offers marketing services from branding support to full website and social media development and content creation. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to check our next weekly video in our podcast series, Cannabis in Context. I'm Dr. Lucas McCann, signing off.